Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of your favorite Ravens YouTube channel and podcast, Talking Ravens all day, every day, with your host, Justin P., and my lovely co host, the MVP, Miss Shannon Finch.
Mm.
This is episode 54 or 55. I think it's 55. All of the links are right there in the description for the audio podcast. You know, you know, uh, so you gotta go ahead and subscribe. And when you subscribe, go up and hit all the way. Every time we go live, you get a notification that way you can tune in. Today, man, I got some pretty good topics. We're gonna get right into it. All right. So the first topic is right there. I'm gonna start posting them in the comments the way everybody can know what we'll be talking about. The first one right there is now that the Cardinals have officially released DeAndre Hopkins, do you think the Ravens will pursue him? The floor is yours, co-host.
Um, a week ago, I would have said yes, but today I'll say no. Because we know who the Ravens just recently signed was Treadwell. So yeah, I don't see any place for Hopkins at this point. I mean, I feel like we still have things that we need to address defensively. I feel like we've done enough adding to the offense this offseason as far as wide receivers, offensive coordinator. We got Lamar here. So yeah, I just don't see a place for Hopkins at this point.
Me personally, even with the Laquon Treadwell signing, like that, I still don't think that's a move that say, you know what, oh shit, we don't need DeAndre Hopkins. Nah, because Laquon Treadwell was a beast in Ole Miss. Like I said, they always put receivers in the league, but he just did not pan out. A large part of it was just he didn't just once he got drafted, being a first round pick, he got lazy. He got lazy. He thought everything was gonna be handed to him, not knowing Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen were there. They like, man, we not ready to let you come in here and take our reps. You
Hmm.
know, he just didn't put the work in like the other receivers that came out of there, DK, AJ, Elijah Moore, there's a couple other. I just can't think of their names right now. They all put the work in. He ain't put the work in. He just threw an open first round pick. They're going. They gotta play me. I'm gonna get the ball. He got his fair chance, fair shot, but he just never moved the needle. And a lot of it's because thing. Because he's more of a possession receiver, in which we've seen those receivers have a lot of success. But him, he just did not. And then like I said, and he had drops, a lot of drops. So like I said, us as Raven fans, we complain about Perriman being a bust, which he kind of was. But compare those two stats together, Perriman stats shatter his, so that says a lot. So Vikings fans are like, man, I was so glad he's off our team now. A lot of Viking fans like we should have took Michael Thomas right there with that pick. We should have took this person. So it's like getting Quan Treadwell was not going to stop me from signing DeAndre Hopkins. I'm sorry. So I think we have reportedly as of right now 14.5 million. I don't know what D Hop asking number is, but I would definitely still pursue him even with this signing of Laquan Treadwell, which we will get into later on at the end of the show. But yeah, I still think the Ravens should pursue DeAndre Hopkins.
I mean, to me, it just seems like that would be kind of like overdoing it. Like it's like when you like at some point, some of the guys here going to have to. If you bring in Hopkins, right, he's going to immediately take away time and reps from other guys that are here that we want to see from. Like I want to see from Bateman, I want to see Zay Flowers, I want to see DuVernay. Like so adding Hopkins to me just takes away from the development of some guys that we already have here that we're expecting to do well. You bring in vets like Aguilar and Treadwell at this point, it's not like you're expecting them to be franchise changing, but they are suitable people. I mean, you bring in D Hop, like I said, I can just see that being a lot of personalities to have to try to maintain. Um, but and I feel like the money could be well spent defensively instead of spending more money on another receiver. I mean, that would be what we've already signed. What, three wide receivers in free agency?
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot. So I don't know about that one.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Putting the second topic in the chat so everybody can see it. All right, so you go to the second topic right there. The polls just came out from PFF about a week ago. That's you'll see it in the cover photo of the show. Ranking all 32 head coaches. John Harbaugh is currently ranked at 11th. Do you agree with the ranking? If not, where should Harbaugh be ranked at? Floor is yours,
No,
co-host.
I don't agree with it. I'm tired of John Harbaugh getting disrespected when it comes to coaches and the NBA. I'm sorry, the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would rank John. I would say John Harbaugh is definitely a top 10 coach, but he's close to the
Sure.
top five. And I would argue 6 or 7. If somebody wanted to say 6 or 7, I'm not going to argue that. But he's definitely not outside of the top 10. Um, I know a lot of people feel like John Harbaugh isn't an X and O's coach, because he's not a defensive guy or offensive guy. But in my opinion, being a head coach is so much more than just offense and defense. You have to be able to manage the whole team, personalities, and everything. And like we've said before with John Harbaugh, if you're a coordinator, he's a head coach. That's your dream because he lets you do your job. He's not a guy, and it's not a matter of him. Like it's not a matter for me. It's not a matter of him not knowing defense or offense. Like some things you may be better at than. Of course, he's a special teams coach, so our special teams since he's been here has been above board. Defensively, I hear that he has a lot to say about the defensive backs. So he has a lot to do with what they do and how they go about their business. But if you don't know something like offense, if he's not an offensive guy, I don't need him putting his hands in a pot and trying to get involved in something that he really doesn't know anything about. Um, you look at what would determine what makes a coach a good coach. Is it winning games? He has that. Is it longevity? He has that. Um, is it having the respect of your players? I believe that he has that. I believe that guys play for him. At certain points of the season where you feel like the team could have just quit, but they didn't. And a lot of that goes into John Harbaugh. I mean, I remember when John Harbaugh was ready to fight, um, was it John Gruden? What's the Gruden brother name that was the Washington coach that time during the preseason? When the Titans came out there and was disrespecting
J
our
oh J
logo,
oh J Gruden. J Gruden. Yeah.
right? When the Titans came out there and was disrespecting our logo, John Harbaugh was right there, ready to do whatever. You know what I mean? So I don't know what you could ask for more in a coach. Um, I remember when he was hired, a lot of us felt like, well, who was that? Who was that? Nobody knew who John Harbaugh was in that sense. And I remember a lot of fans wanted Rex Ryan to be the head coach because he had been here and he had a relationship with everybody that was here. But one thing that Steve Bisciotti said that I agree with was his concern with Rex Ryan was that he would be too concerned with the defense. And we saw that with Rex Ryan, with the Jets, with the Bills. Like he never really had an offense that was, out of this world. And he's not an offensive guy. And neither is John Harbaugh. But as I said earlier, John Harbaugh will allow you to do your job. If you're an offensive coordinator that can be a good offensive coordinator, like Kubiak came in here, was nothing John Harbaugh could do. John Harbaugh wanted to let Cam Cameron do his thing because that was his guy. That was his first pick as a coach. He gave him enough leeway to do what he had to do until he couldn't do it anymore. So yes, John. I don't agree with the list. John Harbaugh is a top 10 coach, closer to 5 than 10, and I think people need to give him a little bit more respect than they give him.
I absolutely agree with you, co-host. I'll be hard on Harbaugh only because he comes from a football family, and like
Hmm.
football, he's been around the game since he's can probably talk. So
Hmm.
his father's a Hall of Fame college coach, so he blows me sometimes with his in-game decisions. Get it? Nobody's perfect. Blah, I get it, but it just be like you expect more from a guy, like I said, who's come from 4 generations of football. But he's definitely top 5 coach for sure. Come on, the record speaks for itself. Super Bowl winning, Super Bowl champion, like I said. So he's definitely has to be in the top 5. I'm sorry, like I said, you can go Andy Reid, you can go uh, like I said, Andy Reid definitely in 1 as of right now. Shanahan, he's gonna be up there because of the winning, but he hasn't won a championship. So it was like every year he makes a run, but then folds in the back. The 2 Super Bowls he coached in, his offense has collapsed in the big games. So it was like
And
you
that's the
give him a
offensive
little
guy.
right, exactly. Like another guy from a football family, but so Harbaugh is definitely up there. I say Andy Reid, no Harbaugh, Tomlin. You can go McVay because, like I said, every year outside of last year, the Rams have been a very good team. You can go Shanahan. Who else?
Belichick, how are you not
Oh
saying
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Belichick?
yeah, 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 yeah. Of course.
He should have been saying right after Andy.
Yeah, yeah. You see the thing, what we just forgetting about Bill now because it's getting real without Tom Brady there. So
I ain't
yeah,
forget about
definitely.
Bill.
No,
I
no,
ain't
for
forget
sure, for
about
sure.
him.
Nah, Bill got slide down a little bit though, because like I said, 12 ain't there no more. So that played the big part. And not saying Belichick didn't do his due diligence in those runs, but 12 was the main catalyst. So definitely Bill Belichick. You right, Shannon. Thank you for refreshing my memory. Sean McDermott, since he been there, that Bills team have been on point. You can go Matt LaFleur, from the Packers, because like I said, he only had 1 losing season. Yeah, you could say Aaron Rodgers, whatever, cool. But at the end of the day, he still got to coach. He still got to coach the team because Mike McCarthy
Wait,
had Aaron Rodgers.
you
What?
you literally just try to diminish Belichick for having
Nah, I
Tom
did. I
Brady.
didn't diminish him. I
No,
just, I
you
just
did.
didn't
You
put
you
him.
just said 12. You said he had 12. He had 12. So how you going to dismiss Aaron Rodgers? That's 12
Reason.
too. Don't do that. But go ahead,
Nah.
coach.
See the difference with that. See the difference with
Yeah,
that is nah.
I just think
Bill. Yeah, I think the Patriots hasn't looked the same. Was basically what I'm saying. Green Bay still just was winning 12 and 13 games. When Mike McCarthy was there,
imagine.
they would. Yeah, when Mike McCarthy had them, they went 8-8, 8-7-9. So before must have done something different. Is what I'm saying.
I'm not even disrespecting him. I'm trying to get you to see your bias. Maybe you don't like Aaron Rodgers or you don't like Belichick, but you
No,
really
I
can't
respect.
say
No, I
no.
respect the hell
But
out
you
of Bill.
can't.
No, Bill was the man.
Is no way you're going to sit up here and say Belichick, but it got to be a question because Tom Brady was there and he left, and then act like Aaron Rodgers didn't have something to do with the Packers, like he didn't just win 2 MVPs.
Oh, for
Tom Brady
sure.
wasn't winning MVPs when he left New England.
No, he
He
was.
wasn't winning.
Now,
So yeah, don't do that.
no,
You
I
got
got
me
nothing
so
but.
biased.
Now I love the hoodie. The Bills. I'm a defensive guy, so I got nothing but love Belichick. It's just the Patriots have now just haven't looked the complete same since Brady's gone. Belichick defenses are still good. They just now with Mac Jones at the helm, he just kind of like
Yeah,
it's
he got
boring
a good
thing that
quarterback.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's okay, but Belichick's still up there for sure. Ain't no doubt about it. But Harbaugh definitely should be in the top 5, no worse than top 10. Like I said, the record speaks for itself. He always had this team competitive outside of when he only had 2 losing seasons officially last year, 2021
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
2015 when everybody got hurt. So you've been here 15 years and only had 2 losing seasons. That like I said, that
And
speaks
he's
for
had
itself.
2 quarterbacks and had 2 different quarterbacks. It took a
Yeah,
lot. It took a lot to say no to Joe Flacco. Come on, and Lamar Jackson. Like whether people want to admit it or not, I'm sure that wasn't easy for John Harbaugh to do because that's his guy. Like he came in with Joe. He won plenty of games with Joe. He won a Super Bowl with Joe. But he knew
absolutely.
when it was time. He knew when it was time to move on, and he didn't win the Coach of the Year until he had Lamar. So yeah, John Harbaugh definitely top 10.
Oh, facts. All right, the next topic. Do you think Zay Flowers can be the Ravens' first ever Offensive Rookie of the Year award winner?
As much as I would like him to be, no, I don't. And that's only because I feel like it's so many mouths to feed. He's not going to be the number one option, so that's going to limit the amount of touches that he gets. Um, but will he be, a respectable a rookie? Yeah. Can he possibly be in that conversation? Absolutely. Like if he's a Doug, like I expect him to be, yeah, he can definitely be in a conversation. But do I think that he would probably win it? I don't think so because I don't think he's gonna um have as many targets as a rookie of the year may need to win wide, as a wide receiver. I don't think he's going to get those targets.
Okay. Yeah. It's gonna be hard because, like I said, with Odell Beckham and like I said, you got Duvernay, you got Rashod Bateman, and you're still gonna run the ball with J.K. Dobbins and stuff like that. So it all depends. I'm gonna say yeah, because if he can come and have like 700-800 yards, and then the rest of his class don't come and make an immediate impact, he can
Mm-hmm.
definitely have a shot. Because like I said, Garrett Wilson won it, and he I think he had barely over 1,000, like 1,040 or something like that. So if Zay can get a crack 1,000, get close to it, and have like double-digit touchdowns, that'll definitely help his case. But it's possible. But I just wouldn't bet on it right now. Because like I said, then
Mm-mm.
especially if we do go get DeAndre Hopkins, that's going to be another target in there that might hinder his stats a little bit. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so like I said, it's possible, but I'm like I said, I'm not going to sit here and bang on the table. Say, but hell yeah,
Right.
because it's other receivers that got that gotta get the ball.
Yeah.
All right, hold on, I'm typing the next topic now. All right, about to put it up here in a second. Hold on. All right. The next topic is: do you think Rashod Bateman can go over 1,000 yards receiving if he stays healthy?
I do. I do. I feel like Rashad Bateman is our number one wide receiver. So for that reason, if he's healthy, he's probably going to get the most targets. It's not to say that Odell or Mark Andrews or Zay Flowers or Aguilar, like everybody else, won't get targets at some point. But I do feel like we're going to go into the season with him being our number one. At least he should be our number one at this point of his career. So yeah, as long as he stays healthy, I don't see why he can't get 1,000 yards, particularly with this new offense. And what the guys are saying about it, we expect. I don't necessarily want to go with we expect more passing, but I just want to say I expect to have better passing schemes and concepts, and then we have better wide receivers, which will then improve the passing game anyway. So definitely, yeah, if he's healthy, he can definitely get 1,000 yards.
I completely agree. 'Cause that's only probably like what 65 yards a game. Like I said, he definitely can get there. Like I said, his first season he had 500. So and he missed like what 10 games. So if he definitely can stay healthy, he can get
Mm-hmm.
1,000 easily. Like that's what because he's going to be the number one target. Like just
Mm-hmm.
even with Odell, even with Zay, even with Duvernay, even we get Diop, Bateman's going to be the number one target because he's the first round pick. We drafted him. We got to give him a chance to show why we took him in the first round. So I think he's going to be that X receiver that's going to get the majority of the targets. Now, if
Mm-hmm.
he gets hurt again or he don't live up to the billing, then we'll probably go elsewhere. Then we'll go to say Odell, Duvernay,
Mm-hmm.
or go to Mark Andrews because now Todd Monken says he want to spread the ball around, but he definitely want to have this offense go through Rashod Bateman. So like I said, if he stays healthy and Lamar stay upright, knock on
Mm-hmm.
wood, yeah, he can get 1,000 easy, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
Type in the next topic right now. About to post it up here. 1 second. All right, which sophomore player do you feel will have a breakout season?
I think it's going to be Kyle Hamilton. Uh,
Okay.
he had a rough start to the season last year as a rookie, which is expected. Everybody doesn't come in perfect. But I feel like as the season went on, he got better. As the season went on, more fans became convinced, and they bought into him being, a first round pick. Like they were okay with it at that point because we got to see what he can bring to the table. Having a full off season in this defensive scheme, this being the second year with this coordinator anyway, I definitely think Kyle Hamilton is going to have a breakout season next year. With this season coming.
I'm gonna go with two. I'm gonna go with David Ajabo. Like I said, fully healthy. He know the defense, so that's going to definitely help him out a lot. And I'm going to go with Jalen Almond Davis because now he's going to have to play a lot. He's going to have to play a lot, and like I said, I think he had a rough rookie start. He got a chip on the shoulder. Marlon Humphrey giving him the blues. So I
Mm-hmm.
think he gonna come ready to play, especially with us signing, Rock Sin and bringing and drafting Caillou Blue Kelly and possibly signing Marcus Peters. He like, man, I gotta get on my shit because you
Mm-hmm.
know, they drafted me for a reason. So David Ajabo and Jalen Almond Davis. All right, I'm about to post the last topic right here. We'll wrap it up. 1 second. Somebody else said David Ajabo too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Last topic for the show. Ravens signed former first round pick receiver Laquon Treadwell to a 1 year deal. Go ahead, Shannon. Floor is yours.
Mm, I don't really have much of an opinion about it. I mean, I feel like, I feel like what I feel like Eric DeCosta is addressing the issue that everybody has said was an issue for the past couple of years: wide receiver. Every wide receiver that they've brought in is not wide receivers that everybody may have wanted, but they are
That's for sure.
they're bringing guys in. With the, like I said, we've signed what now three. We've signed three free agent wide receivers. He's just another guy at this point. My fear for guys like him coming in and Aguilar coming in is more or less like just taking away from the guys that we already have. I want to see Bateman perform. I want to see Zay Flowers get his. I want Odell to do his thing. Guys like Treadwell and Nelson Aguilar, I'm not expecting them to come in and change our life, change the franchise. I'm expecting them to come in and be solid vets, come in on particular downs when we need them to, and just make big plays. Can they do that? Yeah, I think they can. Why not? I mean, we're not expecting them to come in and be number ones. We're not expecting them to even come in and be a number two or number three. They're going to be more so, rotational guys if they make the team. I would assume they're going
Mm-hmm.
to make the team because they've been signed. But yeah, right now, I think that we need to stop worrying about the offense and start focusing on what we can do better defensively. Because it just seems like there's so many mouths to feed offensively. I can see a lot of drama happening just based on that alone. Like, you know how guys get. Everybody is cool and say as long as we win, we good. But sometimes we know it'll be drama with not getting touches. So I hope we're done with bringing in wide receivers. I really do.
Like I said earlier, like I said, I guess it's okay. 'Cause like I said, he is a big body receiver, but like I said, he lack explosion. Like he can't, separate. And he doesn't play to his size. Like, yeah, Anquan Bolton wasn't fast, but he played to his size, 6'2",
Hmm.
200 pounds. So Quan Trotwell don't do that. So it's like I get it. You just trying to have bodies, camp bodies, but I'd rather him just went and just say, you know what, I'm gonna just grab D Hop, and then from there I'll get a pass rush in the corner. We just call it a day into camp because Twan Treadwell probably not gonna make this roster. I just don't see it. I don't think he gonna beat out guys like Dante Demas and Victor Benjamin and all those guys like that. Even Prochan Wallace probably gonna make got a better shot than him, and those two on the bubble right now. But like you said, we do got a nice plethora of receivers right now. EDC has made an effort. He just probably didn't. He made the effort. He just brought in the wrong guys, in my opinion. Like Aguilar, okay, cool. I would rather have DJ Chalk. Tariq Black, okay, yeah, he was cool in college, but So I guess he just want to make get as many bodies in hands possible. That way, guys don't get wore out during camp and all that. But so we'll see. Like I
Well,
said,
like
we only
even with D Hop though, like it wasn't like D Hop was a free agent, right? So they still would have
right.
had to trade for him until he got released. You would have to trade for him. Obviously, no team would get a trade done because they said the Chiefs tried, the Bills tried. So I don't know what the Cardinals want. And with D Hop, it's like, does he want a new contract or not? Because like with Odell, that's a 1 year deal. Treadwell, that's a 1 year deal. Aguilar, isn't that's a 1 year deal, right? So
Yeah,
these are not guys that we're bringing in and thinking about a long term thing. With D Hop, he might have wanted a 2 or 3 year deal. The Ravens might not be in a position to offer him something like that right now, because we do have guys that's still in our roster that we might want to bring back or pay next year. You know what I mean? So if you lock up D Hop or any other wide receiver you may have wanted for 2 to 3 years, that limits how you can spend your money on other players. You know what I mean? So
right.
I think that's why we're seeing more of these guys coming in on 1 year deals, because if Bateman and Zay Flowers become we want them to be or what we expect them to be, you won't need an Odell. You won't need a Treadwell. You won't need an Aguilar. Like those will be your main two guys, and then you'll just bring in, your draft guys or what other free agents you have. But I don't necessarily say it as a bad thing that they brought guys in on 1 year deals, because, like I said, we have other guys that might need to be paid or that they may want to pay next year, and you can't do that if you're locking up everybody to 2 to 3 year deals.
Yeah, that's very true. Like I said, but right now we've got the most cap space that can sign them, far as like the contending teams. The teams like
Hmm.
Detroit, they got like 30 million. I don't know if he go there or not. I don't know if he likes Jared Goff. The Chiefs only have both 3, 4 million. The Bills, they only have 2, 3 million. They just signed Leonard Floyd, so that's definitely a little lower now. I don't know if they maneuver some structuring some contracts, but that's gonna be a lot of restructuring. Philly, they got a little money to play with, but I don't know. I think they're pretty set at receiver for the most part. Not unless they want to just say, you know what, we fell short. We try to just go all out and make sure we get over the hump this time. Who else? San Francisco, they got like 15 million to play with. But like I said, the quarterback situation there is like, it's going to be Trey Lance. Is it going to be Brad Purdy? They signed Sam Donald, so it's like musical chairs right there. The Jets could be a strong possibility. They have about 13 million to play with. Aaron Rodgers, like I said, they already brought in Nicole Hardman. Uh, who else? Got the Adam Lazard, and then you add DeAndre Hopkins with Garrett Wilson and all those other guys. That are definitely now the Jets are looking at one of the better receiving cores in the league. So,
Hmm.
so who else is? It's like I said, we're definitely the front runner out of all the contending team. It's like you said, it all depends on what D Hop want. Do he want a 2, 3 year deal? Do he just want a 1 year deal and try to win a Super Bowl? And do nobody knows. So, but I don't think he's in a rush to sign now, because I think he not in a rush to hurry up the training camp. Like I told you, once the guys get in their 30s, training can't be like it'd be like white noise. They just trying to get through it and get ready for the season. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So he gonna try to probably hold. He gonna probably try to hold off as long as possible. Try to get signed like in the middle of camp. But like I said, Laquon Treadwell was like, when I saw it, I was like, okay, all right, the Casa he just throwing stuff to the wall saying will stick. So I don't know. Like I said, if he does make the 53 and do well, I mean, cool. But like I said, my guess is he's gonna be cut probably after the first preseason game if he make it that long. So I'm just being honest. That's it for today's show. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm gonna try to definitely have post the topics in the chat like I did today. That way everybody can see what we're talking about. Thank you for everybody who tuned in and chimed in the chat. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. Talking Ravens all day, every day. Anything you want to say, Shannon, before we wrap it up?
No, I was going to say, you ended the show perfectly with the way that I wanted to start it on Thursday, talking about signing Treadwell. Like, and I just wanted to know whether or not the wide receiver room was too crowded or just right. So that's just a little teaser for Thursday.
I'm gonna read this one last comment before we get out of here. I say we
Hmm.
sign him long term. I'm thinking he talking about DeAndre Hopkins. What do you say? Pay him like 3.4 million this year, and stretch the rest of his contract out the following years. You can always pay him more the following years. He gotta accept that though. That's the thing. We can break that down, but he gotta take it. It's like it ain't like we it's not like you offer a player contract, he gotta sign it. No, he has to be willing to take that, whoever that is. Sorry, it says Facebook user, so sorry for whoever it is. But yeah, he gotta be willing to take that. Shannon, what's your thoughts on this right fast before we wrap it up?
Yeah, I don't. It's what you said. I mean, I don't see that he would want to take something that low. I think that Odell's contract made D Hop feel like he want to be paid a particular amount because Odell got it. And I
Absolutely.
think that's probably going to hinder him with being signed to a team now. And it's like I'm sure he's not going to take 3 to 4 million. Like I'm sure of it.
I know that for a fact. Like I said, even though he want to win, people still got families to feed. Because even with like this, that says 3.4 after taxes and all that. That's like 2 million. You know what I mean? That's like $2 million. So I don't think
He's not on his last legs where you would want to offer him. That's kind of disrespectful in my opinion to even
it
offer him
is.
that.
It is. It's very disrespectful. He's still a top 10 receiver when healthy. So
Yeah.
yeah. Well, everyone, great show. Thank y'all for chiming in. Like I said, anything y'all want us to talk about, y'all can always hit me and Shannon up on Facebook, IG. We'll put our brains together and put it on the show. Thursday, same bat time, bat channel. And Shannon gonna have our topics. So tune in for that. I can't wait. So everyone, make sure y'all talk Ravens all day, every day with your host Justin P. and my MVP co-host, Miss Shannon Finch. Love you guys, and we are out.
Good night. Bye, Justin.